Hello and welcome to the time of year it is literally impossible to paint anything. It is approximately 1 squillion degrees, which is a measurement the same in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Unfortunately, right now, if I try and paint something, with the lights either side of me for this camera to pick everything up for you guys, the paint is dry on the brush before I put it on the miniature. So I gotta find something else to do for, a week or so until this heat wave finally passes. So I thought what might be interesting would be to tackle a couple of the commonly asked questions and comments that I get here on YouTube, because it's difficult sometimes to just repeat the same thing in every comment. I don't keep a track of things, and there are some, recurring questions, statements, and what have you, which, my goodness. Can you tell I haven't visited a real barber in a while? My wife cut my hair, and actually, I'm looking pretty good. Anyway, I digress. There are some recurring themes that come up in comments, and I figured it might be fun to address that for a change of pace. So, one of the things that comes up all the time is, where am I from? Some of you guys actually just guess, and it's a lot of fun. Some of the things that one fella thought I was South African. I don't know. I am from New Zealand. Grew up there. I moved to England. I lived in England for about, a little over 9 years. Then moved back to New Zealand. And now I live in Germany. So if you're trying to guess where I'm from, based purely on how I sound, you're going to have a good time. So it was where did I live? I lived up in Yorkshire, and then I lived in Gloucestershire. I was in Gloucester and Cheltenham, and that's where I ended up working for Games Workshop. So there's a lot of really positive memories there. I really liked England, but time came to move south. Way south, and then way north again. That is a long story, not really relevant to the whole wider conversation, but there you go. I am a Kiwi. My voice does all sorts of things. Funnily enough, my wife says if I get tired, I start getting really Kiwi in my accent. So maybe I'll record one of these past midnight. Now, question 2, which is not a question, but a statement. Drill your bolter barrels. No. Rather than leave it at that, I will explain my reasoning, and hopefully that will make things clear. This is one which always manages to incite controversy, on Twitter especially when it comes up. So let me just be clear. I agree that it looks better when you drill the little hole in the end of your Space Marine's bolter. I think it looks cooler if you're doing a miniature for display. If you want to pick a model up, examine it from every angle and go, ooh, that's cool. Yeah, take the time and drill your bolter barrels. I agree. I do think it looks better. But, here's the but. I don't have a lot of time to do these videos ordinarily. So if I can save the 5 or 6 minutes that it takes me to perfectly line up, because it's a process. I'm not very good at drilling bolter barrels straight. Never mind if you've got a barrel with 2 holes, like a storm bolter or something. No, I'm not going to drill that, because I will ruin the bolter. So when you're painting an army, I don't really think it matters. Once your models are on the table, you are not going to see whether or not those bolters are drilled. So because this is a painting channel, and ordinarily I'm largely concerned with showing people literally how I paint things, I don't care to take the time. I don't really think it matters. It's not integral to the painting process. So I'll save the time, and if I ruin that Space Marine, then I gotta assemble another one, so on and so forth. So drill my bolter barrels? No. But if you want to go ahead and do it, then yeah, cool. It does look great. I'm just not going to. So hopefully put that to rest. Now, another one that comes up regularly is have I done a video for X? You know, have you painted this, that, or the other thing? Now, I don't want to sound rude with this because it's not at all my intention. But if you're asking the question and I then have to come and answer the comment, there's a long stretch of time ordinarily. Time zones and what have you mean that it can be 12 hours or more before I can answer, yes, I've painted whatever that happens to be. So if you want to know if I have done a video, or if you're looking, you know, say you want to paint, I don't know, what was a Lehman Russ or something, just go up to the search bar and type in how I paint things, thing you'd like to know if I've done. It will save you time, and with all the love in the world, you'll get a quicker answer. The same is true if you're asking questions like, what Citadel color is the equivalent of this Army Painter color or this Vallejo color? There are paint conversion charts online. I strongly recommend search. Just Google those and keep them in a folder. I've got a folder full of GitHub repositories or what have you that have paint conversions. They work off of the color swatches that are available online though, so they're not always perfect. But there are, I know there's a Daka paint conversion chart. At any rate, again, you will get a faster answer if you just Google it. And that's for you, to save your time, not my time or sanity, because that's already... Yeah. And finally, one that forever comes up is, can you do painting video on X, Y, Z again? Now, I would love to. If I had the option, I would just sit down and do 2 or 3 videos a week and just paint like a madman. The problem is, okay, for the most part, I'm not going to trim that. For the most part, the miniatures that you see me paint on the channel, I have had to go out and buy. Now, my lovely patrons have recently really started chipping into that, and that's cool. Letting me pick up stuff that I ordinarily would not bother with. But when it comes to some of the Judge Dredd figures, for example, or Marvel Crisis Protocol, or all this sort of carry-on, it generally has to be something that either I have an interest in or that I am already collecting. I do try and pick up random bits and pieces from all over so that I can demonstrate a lot of different things. But really specific miniatures, I don't have the cash to do that all the time. Unless you want to hook me up with a distributor or something, that would be cool. But I'm going to try and keep doing what I'm doing, which is finding a little bit of everything that you might find interesting. I know that I could just sit in front of the camera and paint the latest Space Marine every couple of months. But again, I think a lot of these videos are transferable to other things. So if I've painted blue power armor and gold trim, you can apply, that works on a Primaris Marine, it works on a Terminator, it stacks, okay? Though I do need to do a Space Marine vehicle sometime soon. Anyhow, can I do video on extremely specific miniature? I would love to, but I can't always promise it. So we will put a pin in that one and see what happens in the future. I really need to keep trimming that because this Clark Kent thing is not working for me. So that's just a handful of common questions and comments and that. If you want to see some more of this, drop some questions into the comment box below. I'm hoping that this heat wave breaks relatively quickly so I can get back to painting. But on the off chance, if there's something you want to know, then go ahead, ask the question. I'll probably do another one of these this week. So, as always, I've got nothing cool to show off. Oh, wait, yes I do. Yeah! I got new cabinets, and I'm looking forward to just painting a ton of stuff to fill up the living room. So there's my British Airborne and a couple of sections of British Infantry in there too. So that's something cool to end the video on. Any questions, drop them. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.